As we observe the world, I think most of you would agree with me that if I say that we live in a day of spiritual and moral confusion. Observe, some claim, some teach, this is the way. And others would counter, no, ours is the right teaching, this is the way. And many more would say, there is no way to live. Each should choose their own way. Bahala ka sa sarili mong diskarte sa buhay at pananaw sa buhay. And here comes the philosophers, the educators, psychologists, even politicians, and even pastors. These people would offer their point of view, their speculations about how we should live. But beloved, what we need is not more speculation. What we need is a sure word of authoritative revelation. And there is nowhere to find that except from the Word of God. An authoritative revelation which tells us why we're here, why we're in this planet, and how should we live. How should we live in the light of that purpose that God has placed us here. We need a sure word from God. Now, turn to Psalm 19. Okay, Psalm 19, here's David, the psalmist. He is showing to us that God has spoken through several means. He speaks, he reveals, he introduces himself through the world he created, through creation. So in verses 1 to 6, you'll find it there. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims his handiwork. Okay? And also, moving forward, starting from verse 7, not only through creation, but also in his word, through literature. Okay? Through literature, he further reveals, okay, more details, more specifics about his person, about his attributes. He concludes by showing how we must respond. Let me read verses 12 to 14. Now that we are convinced that there is a creator God, we see it in the wonderful design. Okay? We see it in the perfect system, the perfect design of creation, and also we read it from his word. Now, we must respond in verses 12 to 14 in this manner. Who can discern his errors? Declare me innocent from hidden faults. Keep back your servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then I shall be blameless and innocent of great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my God and my Redeemer. Perhaps David wrote this psalm one early morning while he was in the Judean wilderness taking care of his father's sheep. Most probably, he wrote it during that time. As he sat in the early morning darkness, he was awed by the vastness of space, by the immensity of God as he gazed into the starry sky. Soon the darkness gave way to the first rays of light and to a glorious sunrise. Inobserbahan ni David yun. David, moved with the greatness of God seen in the heavens, seen in his creation, wrote this psalm which combines beautiful poetry and profound theology and the appropriate moral response. It shows God's general revelation in the heavens. It shows God's specific revelation in the scriptures. And it also shows us David's response and our supposed response after we meet and have a genuine and personal encounter with God. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable unto you, O God. Have a blessed morning.